What actually makes the perfect setup? Aesthetics. Ergonomics is a big one. Dual monitors, single monitor, PC or Mac, cable management, lighting. All of these things are really minor. I came across this really old monitor from a project of mine where I actually spray painted this thing white and hung it in my old bathroom. The video didn't do too bad either. Coming across this monitor again really got my brain cogs turning. The fact that it had already been sprayed white and was being completely unused was really playing on me. I wanted then to make a completely white setup. And luckily enough, I had the perfect desk for it. The standing desk itself is really awesome and minimal at the same time, with a bamboo top and completely white legs which match this aesthetic that we're going for. Now the only problem with this was I don't have the stand for the monitor. No idea where this thing is. I looked and looked and looked. But there is the stand for it. Throughout my looking, I came across something even better. A completely white monitor arm. The last thing to do was to screw the monitor arm onto the monitor, get it attached to the desk, and cross my fingers to make sure that this monitor wasn't damaged or cracked in any way through the years of it just being kept in storage. Now, because this is going to be a bit of a hot desk, i.e. if I want to work there, I can do. If Jed comes into the office or Mitch, they bring their MacBook, they want to work there, they can do. It needs to be really easy to interface with. And that's where our friend USB-C comes in. It really is some magical stuff. With just one cable to your laptop, you can charge your laptop, power the display, and any other peripherals that you want on your desk through one single cable. It's really cool. So with a bit of industrial Velcro, this can hide away on the underside of the monitor riser, therefore this thing can't be seen, everything can be plugged in, and then you've just got one simple cable for your laptop. Now when the monitor lit up with the dock and I managed to stand back and look at this thing, it really did remind me of how clean and minimal applying a monitor arm to your monitor can be. Other than just having the stand that comes with it, it does free up a hell of a lot of space, especially if you're working with a small desk like we are here. Now this is where we hit a little bit of a crossroads, because I'm sat here thinking, white desk, white screen, white monitor arm, this is clean AF. I really need some white speakers. So I took to Amazon. I really like the Audio Engine A2s. They've been really well reviewed over the years and have been well renowned through loads of tech enthusiasts here on YouTube. But at 250 quid for the set, I thought, don't really want to spend any money on this considering I haven't yet anyway. And then I looked down to my left and saw my old KRK Rocket 5s. I went onto Amazon. You can buy white KRKs, but they're the new ones, not the older ones. I wanted these in white. If only it was that easy. I was going into this completely blind. I had no idea what I was going to find on the inside of the KRKs, or if I was even going to be able to remove the tweeter and the mid-range driver cone from the actual housing. Okay, so the foam just pulls out, leaving me with a blank slate to start spraying. Now, after slowly gassing myself out of the office at about midnight, I managed to pull myself off to bed. Quick PSA, do not spray paint indoors unless you've got ventilation. I didn't want to do it outside because I'd risk getting all speckles all over these speakers. To start with, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I'd ruined one of my favorite pairs of speakers that I'd owned over the last 5 years, but after a few coats they really started to come into their white shell and I was getting eager to mount that iconic yellow driver back into the shell to see what it would look like, and boy, it looked insane. The only problem with the KRK speaker is you can't remove the little white light that's to the left of the speakers, so I just used a little bit of masking tape to cover this up whilst painting. I took it off and yeah, it looks okay. I'm genuinely over the moon with how these speakers have turned out. Let me know in the comments what you think, but I think they look sick. But then we hit another roadblock. With the screen mounted on the desk and the speakers painted, I then tried to place the speakers on the desk and quickly realized that, yeah, we do not have enough space for these Rocket 5s. I genuinely thought I was back at the drawing board, but then an idea struck. So I headed back up into the storage room and found these speaker risers that I used in my old house at my setup around 2 or 3 years ago in lockdown. Now, like everything in this setup started, they were black, so they needed to be sprayed to white. Now, I ran out of white spray paint by this point, so they're not actually white, they're actually grey primer, but they look really cool. Taking care of the actual audio, we've got a cheap digital to analog converter. Now, there really isn't much EQing that you can do on a KRK unless it's plugged into some sort of amplifier or DAC like this. I've got a dedicated treble and bass and volume control velcroed to the underside of the monitor riser for really simple and easy switching depending on what we're listening to or editing. We added a set of LifeX lights to the back of the monitor. This serves a couple of purposes. Obviously, a little bit of ambient lighting just makes the setup look nice, but having a light placed behind your monitor can do a really good job of toning back eye strain that can be caused by a bright display, especially one of this size with it being a complete ultra wide. And then no setup is complete without a tiny little bit of feng shui provided by a nice green plant and a pegboard from IKEA, as well as 2 tiny white to match the aesthetic floating shelves with some nice greenery on. These do a really good job just to fill out the space and really add the cherry on top for this setup. With this, we've got a simple Ethernet and power going up to the desk that provides Ethernet to the docked laptop as well as power for the entire desk, which means the whole thing just requires 2 cables. As long as they've got plenty of slack, the desk can be in any position and you don't have to think about it when you're moving it. I really have enjoyed putting this setup together because for me it's a little bit of fresh air. All the setups that I've made in the past have been very rustic and old, obviously with a lot of modern technology placed atop, whereas this, it looks stellar, modern and futuristic from the get-go with all of the white components, and I really like it. It's almost Moorish to look at. Everything just works nicely. And I think the one thing that I really like about this setup is that everything is basically custom. There's not much on here that you can go out to the shop and purchase and have. Like, you can't get this screen in white. You can't get these KRKs in white. Like, to me, these are one of one. But when you're trying to build a setup like this, I really do think less is more, and I'm over the moon with it. And let me know, guys, if you want me to do more of these setup builds in the near future. But for now, guys, I need to thank today's video sponsor, Squarespace. If you're looking at the desk thinking, I wish my website was as cool and minimal as this desk, then Squarespace has got you covered. This is actually my website that you can see on your screen right now. This is for my wireless internet company, and it was built on Squarespace, really simply in about 5 seconds, and it looks amazing. Now, Squarespace are known for their ease of use. You pick one of their templates, and then you can go ahead and customize it and make it yours. You can check on your SEO, which is how your website's gonna appear on a search engine like Google. They've even got e-commerce, so you can sell product on your Squarespace website, whether it's digital stuff or actual physical product. You can make your own shop. Use code MARS or go to squarespace.com/MarzBar vlogs for 10% off your first Squarespace purchase and domain. Guys, I'm buzzing with this setup. I can't wait for Jed to come over and for him to use it for the first time. I've shown him some pictures. He already absolutely loves it. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.